ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Go easy on him, Mike.
All right. Just watch this. All right, let's listen up, fellas. Now, I know we got a tough game ahead of us, so it's only natural to be a little anxious, maybe even a little scared, see? But we're going for the big one, the whole bowl of nachos. Yeah. And we got to focus now. Who are we?
We're number one!
And why is that?
Because we get the job done!
That's right. Now, let's get out there and let's go!
Yeah.
Are you ready for some football?
Hey, good evening, Monstropolis. It's just after the hour here in the big monster city. Temperatures a balmy 65 degrees, which is good news for you reptiles and you football fans. We got a great one. 2 8-4 teams battle in the first ever NFL game here in Monstropolis. The stands are packed as we're ready to make some history here in Monstropolis. Not an open seat in the house. And George Sanderson, fresh off his latest 23-19, welcomes you to Monstropolis. So great to be here. We can't wait to watch it with you. Alongside Dan Orlovsky, I'm Drew Carter. And Dan, I got to say, you've never looked better.
I think you're overdressed, actually, Drew.
Yeah, I think we both have the ties on. Somehow you became taller than I am. How did that happen?
Well, this is what playing professional football for a long time and lifting weights for 30 years gets you. This.
Very impressive. You look great, and so do the teams. The Eagles and Chargers both come in at 8-4, both really in need of a win for playoff positioning.
Well, there's more to life than scaring, and that's football. For both these teams, that's football. What a great environment. Monstropolis looks amazing right now. And it's for the Eagles. Can they start playing better football to maybe try and repeat as Super Bowl champions? And for the Chargers, they're trying to figure out a way to win another game to get a little bit closer to being a playoff contending football team. It's going to be a great night between those two teams.
Yeah, no doubt. And they're both getting reinforcements tonight, Dan. Mike is playing for the Eagles. Sully's playing for the Chargers. How can they help their teams?
Well, there's no I in team. The first monster to ever say that is Mike Wazowski. And so can he get the Eagles to play a little bit more like a team, a little bit more together? And then my question for Sully and the Chargers is he going to intimidate them into playing good tonight, or is he going to lead them into playing better football tonight? Both teams, big game.
Well, of course, they're both natural-born leaders, and we're going to see if they're natural-born football players as well. They're on the field. They work their day jobs at Monsters, Inc. Tonight, they moonlight as professional football players. They're also collecting cheer canisters. We're not just watching the scoreboard. We're also watching the cheer canister leaderboard. Big plays result in a cheer canister. You've also got a big-time chance to rack them up at halftime. Stay tuned, folks, because it's the first ever cheer canister challenge. These two best friends will be going toe-to-toe in a variety of different contests, and the winner wins some cheer canisters. If you want to know what they're thinking as they play their first ever NFL game, we're going to have Mike and Sully mic'd up, and we'll check in throughout the night. And if you're new to football, don't be scared. You can smile, you can laugh, you can cheer. Mike and Sully will do their best to help. They're going to explain tonight's game and all that's unfolding. Also tonight, you're going to hear from some of the NFL's biggest stars. We caught up with Eagles and Chargers players as they arrived here in Monstropolis. And speaking of stars, we have Roz making her debut as a sideline reporter. She'll be watching, always watching, to provide insight and analysis tonight from the sideline. So with that in mind, let's check in with that succulent little garden snail now. Roz?
Welcome to the first ever NFL game played in Monstropolis. Here we are on the scare floor, which now we're calling the cheer floor. Ha ha. Where all the hopes and dreams of players Mike Wazowski and James P. Sullivan will be dashed. There must be chaos in those locker rooms with these two involved. Back to you, Drew.
Roz bringing the positivity, and of course she is watching. Not really the paperwork tonight, more the scoreboard, and of course the cheer canister leaderboard. She wanted to hear what's happening in the locker rooms. Let's find out now, starting with Mike and the Eagles.
All right, listen up. Hey, put the sandwich down. Now, as we prepare for this epic battle, there isn't much more I can say that hasn't already been said. But there is one more thing I want to be crystal clear on. If you truly believe then absolutely anything is possible. I mean, anything at all. Well, you should probably adjust your expectations. I mean, look, I'm never going to be the tallest or the strongest monster in the room, and I highly doubt there are any big-time scarers like Sully here tonight. Except for you. Wow, I mean, you're huge. Look at you. You're a planet. A hairy planet. But seriously, the goal for tonight is to beat the Chargers. And that is believable. That is achievable. It is in our talon's grasp. Let the victory be ours. And please make sure to clean up around your lockers before you go out on the field. Roz likes to keep everything nice and neat. And for some reason, I feel like she's watching. Always watching. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go get 'em.
I'm not afraid to admit that standing up here in front of all of you in this moment is even scarier than the first time I came directly face to face with a human child. So let me just say, I deeply respect each one of you. And I will respect you even more if you get out there and score 3 quick touchdowns and show Mike and the Eagles no mercy. Too harsh coming from his best friend? Perhaps. But let me tell you this. There will be no living with him if they win. Now go out there and let the scary out.
I wonder how the Eagles fans are going to think about Mike's Fly Eagles Fly song. So hear me out, Drew, okay? Yeah. Mike, a little bit of Sean McVay in them, and Sully, maybe a little bit of Andy Reid.
Oh, that's nice. And they both have a little Ben Johnson because they're both shirtless in the locker room. Let's check in with ESPN legend Chris Berman.
In the 46 years that I've been with ESPN, which includes 16 movie roles along the way, amazingly, none of which I've won an Oscar for, I am pretty sure that this is the first time ever I'm an animated monster. And look at me. I'm so handsome, it's scary. So, how do I see the Monsters Fun Day football game playing out? Well, a player like Mike Drop Wazowski, our one-eyed wonder boy, could take his team all the way. But he's going to have to escape the powerful clutches of when Mikey met Sully in this rumbling, bumbling, stumbling battle of the ages. And I mean all ages. Now, let's go back to Drew Carter and the Big O, Dan Orlovsky.
Boomer, you are the best. There he is, Sully, with his iconic entrance. Typically to the scare floor or the laugh floor. Tonight, onto the gridiron as he leads the Chargers against his friend Mike Wazowski and the Philadelphia Eagles.
JK, I got to tell you, dog, this is a first for me. I know I get animated sometimes, but not like this.
Swag, let me just say, on behalf of America, you look spectacular.
Back at you, dog. All right, let's get to business. When you evaluate the game tonight, it really comes down to Sully and Mike Wazowski.
Oh, yeah. And one of the first things you notice when it comes to Ski is he only has one eye. Now, a lot of people would think that's a disadvantage. Well, they'd be wrong. First of all, it's a massive eye. Second, he's got phenomenal peripheral vision.
Oh, yeah, you got to have that peripheral. Well, that one eye of his better be on the lookout for Sully. He's all over the tape making big-time plays. Sneaky speed, really quick feet for a player his size, and can play both sides of the ball.
Well, one thing's for sure. This one has all the makings.
No doubt. We crushed that breakdown.
We sure did.
Sully and the Chargers. I like that call. It is time for game time here in Monstropolis, about to make some history. The Chargers won the toss and elected to defer. Eagles will start with the ball, and look who it is doing the kickoff. It's James P. Sullivan. He can play every single position, it looks like, and you kind of have to squint to see back there, but I think that's Mike Wazowski getting set to return the kick. We are off and running here in the big monster city. Wazowski to return it. We've got a live kickoff return. He's got flames shooting out of his feet as he brings it up near the 35. A nice return by Wazowski.
Flames immediately. I didn't peg Mike, for a speedster, more of a shifty guy.
I don't know what his 40 time was at the Combine, but not only a star employee at Monsters, Inc., but seems like he might be a star football player as well. And, folks, just a reminder, everything that happens at SoFi Stadium tonight is going to be happening live right here in Monstropolis for you to see in the world of Monsters, Inc. We've got the ball spotted. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun in an empty set. Motion man is the star running back, Saquon Barkley. First play of the game from scrimmage. Hurts scans, throws, left side. Incomplete. Almost connected with A.J. Brown. It'll bring up second down.
Well, I like the fact that the Eagles are taking a throw down the field to their best player, certainly one of their best weapons, in A.J. Brown. But this is something that has plagued this team offensively, just kind of slow starts, not necessarily connecting that throw an inch or two off. They're going to have to, early on in this game, try to find a way to build some rhythm for their offense.
And, Dan, they were trying for an early cheer canister there. That certainly would have been worthy a big play. Mike Wazowski is lined up at tight end for Philly across the line of scrimmage from Sully, who comes in, soars in to make the tackle on Saquon Barkley to set up third down and long. Here's a comparison to the stadiums mentioned. Everything that happens at SoFi in Los Angeles will be happening here on the cheer floor. Sold-out crowd tonight in Monstropolis, 50,000 strong. It's powered by cheers. We know that laughter, 10 times more powerful than screams. We'll see how powerful cheers are tonight. The VIP area is the Canister Club, and, of course, this is the first ever game here in Monstropolis. Again, Wazowski lined up close to the line for third down and 9. Looks like Sully's going to be rushing the passer on the right side of your screen. On third down, Hurts looks, it's complete. It's Wazowski near the first down marker, and Mike Wazowski moves the chains for the Eagles.
Get loose, Mike Wazowski. Trusted, reliable. Put him in the slot, throw him the football. First of all, I was like, you got to block Sully and then get the ball to Mike Wazowski. That's a good start for this Eagles offense.
The third down coming up again here for the Eagles. Eagles fans hoping Wazowski can give them a little boost. Philadelphia's lost 2 games in a row. Their fans are disgruntled. The offense has not looked great the last couple of games, but they still have a lot of belief in their offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, and the head coach, Nick Sirianni. There you see Sully lined up on the edge. You know Jalen Hurts, who's going to keep an eye on him.
Got to block him.
Third down, it's a pass for Hurts. Here comes Sully. He got there! James P. Sullivan with his first career sack. He drops Jalen Hurts, and it's fourth down.
Well, in the NFL, you want to chip players like Myles Garrett, like Micah Parsons. I certainly would be trying to chip Sully to make sure I could get my pass off. Huge sack.
Look at those scary feet, Dan.
One-on-one. Scary, scary, scary feet. One-on-one. Sully wins. Mike Wazowski's not there to save the day. And it's a big, big stop for the Chargers defense.
All right, Mike Wazowski has perfect comedic timing. Everybody knows that. He's also great with the explained. He clearly knows football well. He's done his homework. Justin Herbert in the Chargers offense out on the field for the first time, starting at the 20. First play is a handoff to the running back, Kamani Vidal. He picks up 3 yards. So interesting to note here, Dan, we saw Sully playing defense. He got the sack of Jalen Hurts for the cheer canister. Now he's playing offense. Where do you see him fitting in on this?
Who wants to talk about Travis Hunter, right? The guy that was going to be the first one to do it. Sully's so big. He's so athletic. He's physical. I think you could play him anywhere. I'd certainly at some point, if I were the Chargers, I would throw him the ball. But I also would be cautious of throwing it to Mike Wazowski's way. Just a smart, savvy type of player.
Yeah, Wazowski Island over there. There is Mike defending the pass, and he broke it up. They were looking for Quentin Johnston, and Mike Wazowski playing with that elite Eagles cornerback core makes the stop.
Do you think having one eye helped him? Keep maybe a little bit more central focus on the ball? The Chargers quarterback, Justin Herbert, if we were taking quarterbacks in the NFL that most belonged in the monsters world, Monstropolis, he'd be one of them. How big is Sully? You said
7'8", 766
Herbert, not
pounds.
far off. Not far off.
So Sully lined up in the backfield next to Justin Herbert, who drops back to pass on 3rd down and 7. Drops it off for Sullivan. He's got a lot of space. Sully down the sideline. He's still going. James P. Sullivan getting all 766 pounds moving for 60 yards on the catch and run.
What a great play by Sully. Credit quarterback Justin Herbert in the pocket, feels a little bit of rush, feels a little bit of pressure, and then finds his go-to guy. Look at Sully. Look, we call that a chip block. Just help your offensive line. So Wazowski's got fire coming out. Sully's got fire coming out. Mike just taught us all about the red zone, and it feels like the Chargers within 3 plays got themselves right where Mike was teaching us.
That's right. Inside the 20, set up at the 17 after Sully's 60-yard reception. Herbert on the pitch. It's the rookie running back Omari Hampton, who's coming back from 7 weeks on injured reserve, and he moves the chains with 11 yards on 1st down. Sets up 1st and goal as Art cheers on the Chargers.
Man, what a great start for the Chargers. It's got to be so nice to get their rookie running back, Omari Hampton, young man out of North Carolina who's their 1st-round pick. Jim Harbaugh, the head coach of the Chargers, probably has a lot of similarities to Sully. Tough, wants to be physical, loves to have big backs. Sully playing tailback once again down in the red zone. Give him the football.
It is 1st and goal from the 6. That's what they do. Hand off to Sully, and he's tripped up right around the 3-yard line. Gained about half of the yardage necessary. When it's a down and then goal to go, you got to score a touchdown. Everyone's a big fan of Sully's game so far, and how could you not be?
Size, speed, and strength. Sully's got it all. This is going to be a big challenge for the Eagles. 5 plays and out on offense. Big play given up on defense. You got to find a way to keep this Chargers offense to a field goal.
2nd and goal from the 4. Herbert in the shotgun. Again, Sully out to the flat. He's got the catch. He's got the touchdown. It's not a 23-19. It's 6. And the Chargers are on the board first.
Look at those guys. I mean, wow. You talk about making it look easy. That's another big cheer canister. Chargers just make it look easy. They go right down the field. Sully's the star. Dump it off to him a couple times as a pass catcher. They hand it off to him, and just about to be 7-0 Chargers. Quick start.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker, on for the extra point, and he makes it 7-0 LA. And the Chargers look very comfortable playing here in Monstropolis.
If you were going to ask me, just from the football perspective, what's needed more for this offense? It's got to become handing the ball off to Mike Wazowski. If they can run the football, if the Eagles can run the football better than they have and even close to what they were last year, then the Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown pass game will get significantly more consistent.
And that's a cheer canister for Mike and the Eagles after that 19-yard gain. He was tackled by number 23, Tony Jefferson. Here's Wazowski again. They're feeding the hot hand. It's Wazowski. He uses that vision with one eye to pick up 10 yards and another fresh set of downs for the Eagles. And I wonder, Dan, if Saquon Barkley is watching this and thinking, am I about to lose my job to Mike Wazowski? Because this guy is running well.
Well, he's also watching Sully dominate the other side, so the competitiveness comes out from him. Same play. Like sometimes for you kids watching at home and you're playing sports or whatnot, sometimes you just want to run the same play because it works, and I think the Eagles did that last play.
Now Hurts to throw. Evades the rush of Derwin James, one of the best in the league, and Hurts slides down to protect his body. You see the 1st and 10 line, or the 1st and 10 tongue, if you will.
Not Roz. Monsters would tackle this well. Chargers defense doing that. Oh, Mike Wazowski's the kicker now, too?
Yeah, he is. He's in there to kick. So you've got Dicker, the kicker, playing for the Chargers, and then you've got Wazowski, the kicker, playing for the Eagles. This is a 41-yard attempt. The regular kicker is Jake Elliott. He takes a seat. Wazowski's kick is on the way, and it is perfect. So Mike Wazowski saw his friend Sully score 6. He gets 3 of his own on the other side as the CDA tells you that kick is good, and that makes the score 7-3 in favor of the Chargers. Beautiful form from Wazowski. A dead spiral straight through. It's 7-3. Welcome back to Monstropolis, everybody. Thanks for staying up with us on this Monday night. It's certainly worth staying up past your bedtime. You look at the cheer canister scoreboard, we got to get some big plays here, Dan, just 3-2.
Yeah. I mean, what the Eagles need to do, I would see if Randall's around. I'd give the ball to Randall, have him disappear, and see if that could give me some yards. Mike Wazowski's something. This Eagles offense, Drew, this was one of the best offenses in recent memory last year. Saquon Barkley was going to break the rushing record. They destroyed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts was unbelievable. And now this offense just can't get out of its own way. Just mistake after mistake after mistake. Mike Wazowski, where are you? Trying to bail this offense out.
They're so desperate, you think they're going to turn to Randall Boggs, the evil schemer, Randall Boggs?
Maybe he could disappear a little bit and then we'll see his ball.
Work. There's Sully on the pass rush, making it difficult for Hurts to find Wazowski. It hits the turf harmlessly as Sully came screaming through the line, but there is a flag as the CDA takes care of that.
What do we think getting hit by this guy feels like? How do you even get... Oh!
Man, lights up Hurts. It was illegal contact against the Chargers defense. So first down for the Eagles at their own 30-yard line. You know, Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds in the weight room.
Not even one full Sully.
Not even one full Sully, exactly.
How much do you think you can put on your back and squat?
Definitely not a Sully size, and definitely not 600 pounds.
No. I don't think there's many guys, certainly not at quarterback, doing 600.
I know you can, Dan, but not most quarterbacks can. You see Wazowski out there again playing wide receiver.
Throw it to him.
Hurts has 2 running backs next to him in the shotgun. On first down, Hurts does throw. It is caught by one of those running backs. Will Shipley, the former Clemson Tiger, goes out of bounds after a short gain on first.
All right, so let's talk a little bit of offense. You know how at Monsters University, you learn, like, the scare you choose is a big deal, like what kind of scare you... It's the same with play calling. There's a bunch of different plays. You got to pick the right one, and that's kind of where the Eagles, another area where they've just struggled on offense this year. Are you choosing the right play?
See if this is the right one. Hurts, after faking the handoff, throws complete. The tight end, Dallas Goedert, has a first down and then some. Out to midfield, a gain of 16. And I'd say that one passed the test of being the right play call.
It's a good scare.
Wazowski celebrating. And whoa. Did you think that was ringing Sully again? Hey, Sully, you having fun out there today? You're making this game look pretty easy to play.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I guess it's just in my DNA to be as accomplished at playing this game as I am at being a scarer. But all the credit goes to my teammates and the training staff. Oh, and don't forget the chefs who whipped up an awesome pregame meal. A meal fit for a monster. And after I win the halftime cheer canister challenge, I will be taking home that tasty trophy. It is edible, right?
Oh, Sully steps in the passing lane and takes it away, but he fumbled. This ball is still up for grabs, and it belongs to the Chargers. What is happening in Monstropolis?
What just happened?
An interception by Sully. He lost the football trying to return it, but the Chargers picked up their monster teammate, and they've got possession.
So Sully starts as a defensive lineman. He then goes into the middle of the field for coverage. He gets an interception, runs with it, then fumbles. Then the Eagles pick it up. There's the interception again. Then the Eagles fumble it again. And the Chargers find a way to recover it. I've never seen anything like that. Not going to bode well. Now he's got to deal with Sully. So they take Mike still in at quarterback. Okay, Mike's still in at quarterback. Looking to the right side, Sully. Do we think Sully's going to play coverage, or do we think Sully's going to blitz?
I feel like if you've got a Ferrari, you drive it.
Let the Ferrari go.
You got to rush the passer, but Sully is dropping back. Wazowski throws. Intercepted by Sully. There's no we this time, pal.
Oh, my gosh.
Sully just picked off Mike Wazowski.
This is a disaster for Mike Wazowski and the Eagles. He just throws it right to him. Look at Sully sitting there playing with what we call vision. He drives through the receiver. Looks like the receiver might fall down. Mike Wazowski, just a terrible play and an outstanding one by Sully. And my goodness, it's going to become dark in Philadelphia soon.
That's 2 interceptions in the first half for Sully.
Sully's having himself a game.
Yeah, he is the front runner for.
Never mind Matthew
game.
Stafford and Drake May, Josh Allen. Sully trying to win the MVP in one night. This is becoming a nightmare for the Eagles.
You said it might get dark. It might be like there's no power from screams or cheers or laughs. Herbert is sacked and stripped.
What is going on?
And the Eagles take the football right back. A strip sack from Byron Young playing in place of the injured Jalen Carter. And Philly has possession.
Monstropolis right now is out of its mind. We've got fumbles, double fumbles, interceptions, more fumbles. I got to imagine the left hand injury to Justin Herbert plays a part. Remember, broken left hand, can't necessarily use it there. Fumble on the ground to Kobe Dean, the guy who forces it. Wow, what a big play by the Eagles defense.
And the Eagles saying, fly, Eagles, fly. It was Dean with the strip sack, Young with the recovery. So back-to-back plays with a turnover.
You remember near the end of Monsters U, when Sully's like, Mike, you got to actually scare. Like, you got to go do it yourself. I feel like someone on the Eagles sideline got to do that for Mike Wazowski right now. Like, get the best out of him right now. Now Sully's for the Chargers. So who's going to take and make a good play to make right what you did wrong?
Long possession to open this third quarter for Herbert and the Chargers. Tries to step up into the gap, and he is sacked. Another negative yardage play for the Chargers. It's 3rd and goal from a mile away.
And that should be another cheer canister, right? So this Mike Wazowski-led Eagles team, even though they're making some mistakes, and goodness gracious, it has been sloppy at times. They're on a little bit of a heater with the cheer canisters.
Yeah, look at that, racking them up. Now a 4-canister lead, 10-6, which mirrors our score in the other direction. Chargers have a 4-point lead. What are they going to dial up on 3rd and goal? What do you got here?
Throw it to the person that's open.
Astute analysis. That's what they try to do, but Vidal can't squeeze it. The screen pass falls incomplete, so the Eagles make the mistake on the field goal, but it's not going to cost them.
Yeah, that's a great job by the Eagles defense of, kind of quick change. We call that in football quick change. You think something's going to happen, all of a sudden the penalty, you got to get back out on the field as a defensive group. Good job by their defensive unit, just kind of rectifying that bad play, that penalty.
Ted Pauley wants a block kick. Just whatever you do, Eagles, don't put your hands on someone and use him to jump into the air.
You got it.
Don't need another leverage call. Dicker the Kickers kick right down the middle. And it's 13-6 Chargers. So after all that,
the traits of Mike, which he's nice, he's smart, he's encouraging, he's got great work ethic. They should put a gold jacket on that guy.
No doubt. Third and long for Hurts. His throw's complete. It's A.J. Brown as they continue to go away from Wazowski. It brings up fourth down. Sully playing for the Chargers tonight. Let's bring Sully back in here. Hey, Sully, what's it like playing for Jim Harbaugh?
I get asked that a lot, Drew. That guy is so intense. He makes Roz seem like a teddy bear, which, for the record, is not the case. Let's just say Coach Harbaugh would have been a great guy to have on the scout floor back in the day.
Jim Harbaugh, he is intense, but I like intense.
Yeah.
54-yard try from Jake Elliott. It's hooking toward the upright and just sneaks in like Boo snuck through the door into Monsters, Inc. The kick is good, but the Eagles still without a touchdown tonight. They're hanging around. We'll give them a cheer canister for that 50-plus yard field goal. You got to be thinking in the canister club, this is what they're looking at, Dan. Feed the beast. Feed Mike Wazowski.
Throw it to him as much as you can.
Look at those hands. Eye on the ball.
One.
All right, big play here. Third down and one, Dan. What do you do if you're the Eagles?
If I'm the Eagles, I put Jalen Hurts under center. I hand the ball off to Mike Wazowski.
Oh, yeah, they fake the tush push. They pitch it to Wazowski. He's gone, leaving Sully in his wake. Mike Wazowski has proven tonight he is something special. Eagles take the lead on a 52-yard touchdown.
What a big play by Mike Wazowski. We were just talking about it. The Eagles, they needed to give him the football more and more and more. It's by far the thing that has gone the best for their team. Another chair canister for this offense.
Oh, look. Another touchdown. I am so excited.
So are we, Roz. Wow. It's Wazowski. They faked the tush push or the brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it, the quarterback sneak, and instead they sent it to the outside, and Wazowski and Dan, check out the wheels on the little green guy.
Unbelievable play call. You call it. They kind of fake the tush push. They get the superstar tailback. Very clear vision to the end zone. No one, not even Sully's going to catch him. No Mike Wazowski, no Sully. Third down for the Chargers, down 3.
If they don't pick it up, they could kick a game-tying field goal, but they want more. Herbert slides to his right, rolls, throws out of the end zone. It's incomplete. And a fourth down and 3 awaiting the Chargers.
Man, you can't say enough about this Eagles defense. And think how many times they've been put on the field because of those turnovers, short field, bad situation, chips stacked against them, and all they've done is step up and make big plays.
I mean, their defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, has been in this business about as long as Henry J. Waternoose III was in the Monsters, Inc. business. Of course, let's hope Vic's intentions are better than Waternoose's. Here's Dicker the kicker to tie the game. And we are all square at 16 apiece. Thank you, CDA. Field goal unit. As we step through this door, where does it lead? Oh, over to London. We say righto and hello to our
Cheerio.
friends.
I feel I do a great English accent.
You guess? That's actually not bad.
Thank you.
This is a huge kick here for Wazowski. A 44-yard attempt to take the lead. Mike has the distance and the accuracy. And Mike Wazowski has put the Philadelphia Eagles in front with 2:16 to play.
It's a good job by Mike Wazowski in this.
To hit Gadsden, the tight end. Sully with just a little too much juice on that pass, third down.
So this is a really big play. So it's third down and 4. The ball's at the 38-yard line. If you do not get any yards and no first down here, you're at a 55, 56-yard field goal. While in range, it's very challenging to hit that. So here it's call a play that you think gets you a first down rather than a big play, and then be ready to go up and clock the ball.
Yeah, if you spike the ball right when you snap it, clock stops. 3rd down and 4. Sully scrambles for the first down. He needed 4. He got 4, using that big frame to keep the drive going.
Yeah, how many times we just talked about it. Just an outstanding job by Sully. Another cheer canister is a part of their huge kind of fourth quarter surge right now in field goal range.
Clock continues to wind. Sully on the quarterback keeper. He's down near a first down. Looks like they're going to rule him a yard short. 2nd down coming up. Clock is stopped. Chargers have taken their final timeout after this play from Sully. You see Wazowski eyeing him up. Sully dives in front of his best friend. He's looking to make a comeback in the cheer canister leaderboard. 17-12 right now is Mike's lead, and his Eagles lead the game by 3.
This is just a great drive by Sully. And this is the cat and mouse game of football. There's 21 seconds left on the clock. The Chargers have no timeouts. So if you're the Eagles defensively, are you just going to give them some yards and think we're going to make sure we protect against the touchdown and sit there and go, okay, have the field goal? Or are you going to go, no more yards, be a little bit more aggressive? The thing is, it exposes you for a potential game-winning touchdown pass from Sully. Mike Wazowski just playing safety, middle of the field.
The big guy still in there, a quarterback for the Chargers. Will he test Wazowski? Play fake. Sully under pressure, throws it. Out of play. 3rd down here. And again, 15 seconds, no timeouts. Do you have time to run a play and go up there and spike it?
You do. So the starting point more often than not is 12 seconds. If you have 12 seconds, you can throw a slant, something inside of 10 yards, quickly get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. Now, if you're the Chargers and you sit there and say, don't want to risk putting the ball in the air, you could run the football, tell your back you get the first down, immediately jump down to the ground, and once again get up and spike it. Either way, you do not want to run around with the ball and take up too much time.
It's getting hairy here. Sully throws, incomplete. No big deal, stops the clock, 4th down. They are certainly within field goal range for Cameron Dicker or for Sully if they want to leave him out there to do the kicking. But Herbert and Sully in that 2-quarterback system did their job, getting them down the field enough to set up a game-tying field goal for Cameron Dicker, the most accurate kicker in NFL history. This from 46 to tie the game. It hooks in and good. And the Chargers have tied it at 19 with 8 seconds to play. Could we have first ever NFL game here from the CDA cam? And it's going to overtime. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's been a pleasure to share this experience with you. Dan Orlovsky, I know you are thrilled to see this game go to overtime. What are you expecting here?
There was nothing more that I wanted tonight than overtime in Monstropolis after a 7-turnover game. What am I looking for? What team can get their playmaker, either Sully for the Chargers or Mike Wazowski for who can get their star of the ball? Because each time or every time that guy has touched the ball, that monster's touched the ball tonight, good things have happened. Who can find a way to steal a win?
Yeah, and Dan, Sully started as the star of this game for the Chargers. But in the second half, it's all about Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
He has made play after play on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he's been a stud. He's been all over the field on defense, and certainly on offense, he was a guy that you wanted to get the football to. I didn't know he had this speed. I mean, almost 20 miles an hour, tracking the football on defense. Hey, we're down. We need to get a big completion to get a drive started. We call this a sail or a chase route. We lift the coverage. That's an intermediate type of completion, and then get the ball on a pitch, toss outside. He runs away from the second fastest monster ever, James Sullivan, and then also kicks perfect spirals in the middle of the goalposts.
Yeah, that was the field goal to take a 19-16 lead. Hey, the after party's already begun. Hey, guys, can you hold on for us, please?
Is Katie there?
We're trying to get to the Canister Club for this post game.
Do you think they serve a nice glass of Cabernet Sauvignon?
Nice pronunciation.
Yeah.
I could go for one of those. All right, we go to overtime here. 10 minutes on the clock. Both teams are going to have a chance to possess the football. The Chargers are going to have it first. Jake Elliott will kick it away. We just want to send out a sincere thank you to everyone who's staying up with us here in Monstropolis. A special night of fun day football. Kicks returnable for Kamani Vidal. Out to the 30-yard line he goes.
Stuck behind. Looked like they were going to get run out of the building, and he's just found a way to make a play after play after play. 3rd and 7. Can he find one more play for this defense and see if you can force a field goal attempt, maybe even a punt?
3rd down and 7, a critical one. Herbert steps up in the pocket, brought down. It's not a sack. He gained a yard, but it is 4th down for the Chargers. Now what do you do?
I think you kick a field goal here. I think you take Sully out and you try to kick a field goal. It's 3 points at least, once again, forces Philadelphia to have to go down and at the minimum match it.
We are at an indoor stadium here in Monstropolis as Ted Pauley again asking for the Eagles to block the kick. They've done that with success against teams from Los Angeles this year. Sully to kick it, well within his range. It's on its way, and he splits the uprights again. Chalubi working overtime, literally. The field goal is good from Sully, and the Chargers.
It looks like if you're the Eagles, you're going to go for this. Maybe call timeout. Maybe try to get the Chargers and Sully to jump off sides and call timeout if you don't like it. Got to be thinking Mike Wazowski.
This field goal would be about 58 yards. Jake Elliott's career long is 61. They're lined up to go for it. And a timeout. The Chargers defense didn't like the set. Maybe Sully said, we got to talk this one over, guys.
Come on, Eagles. I think if you're the Eagles here,
what's the call, Coach?
I go for it. I go for this if I'm Philadelphia. A field goal ties the game, puts it at 3:23. I'm not going to win the game because the Chargers are going to get the ball and go try and win it, and there's not enough time on the clock. I want a chance to go win the football game, and I think I've got the best player on the field in Mike Wazowski. I'm going to throw it to him.
It has been a huge night for Mike Wazowski. 7 catches for $114. He needs at least 4 more to keep this game alive. Movement before the snap. Who's the flag on? It is a neutral zone infraction against the Chargers. They jumped across the line of scrimmage.
What more fitting for this game than that to be the case?
A crippling mistake.
Odafe Owe, who came over in a trade. Yeah, he's offsides. And it's a really good job by Jordan Mailata. Once the defensive lineman crosses the ball, the great quality of Jalen Hurts is he would be the kid that doesn't get scared ever. Because nothing is scary to him. He's had an awful night. And here he is, calm, composed, marching right down the field.
He doesn't scream. He may never laugh either. He is serious, and he's serious about trying to win this game, but it's intercepted. Sully with his 4th interception of the night, and this one ends it. Almost a 23-19, but it's a 22-19, and the Chargers win.
Wow. Just talked about how Jalen Hurts was just under control. He tries to fit a ball, another cheer canister, tries to fit a ball in, and it's a deflected pass that gets tipped up in the air. And, of course, Sully there to end the game.
A one-hand grab by James P. Sullivan. Take a bow, sir.
Can it get better?
I mean, you're 7'8", you're 766 pounds, and you got hands like that?
What a remarkable